Hello everyone and welcome to another Flip Classroom video. And once again, remember the idea behind these videos I will be presenting to you via YouTube is to give you an overview and concepts of our material so that we have more time in class for activities, assignments, group discussions, projects, and more things like that. So make sure you take notes and pay close attention. If you have any questions or concerns, bring them to class for clarification and discussion. Please keep in mind that anything that's discussed in these videos, you will see them again on a test or a quiz. So feel free to watch these videos as many times as you need.
Hello everyone and welcome to the history of barbering. So today what I want to do is go over our very rich history. I'm going to do it in a timeline format that may be easier to follow along. I'm going to do it all the way from our beginning times to more modern time. So let's get started. So our origin, first of all, barber. The word barber derived from a Latin term which means barber, which means beard. And also another Latin term you want to be familiar with is tonsure, which means any cutting, clipping, trimming, and shearing of the hair with a razor or shears. So you may find that some barbers actually call themselves tonsure artists. So barbering has been traced back to, as far back as the glacial period. Archaeologists has found evidence of barbers from sharp implements, flints like stones and shells and oyster bones, which was believed to be used to remove hair from animals as well as human hair for shaving. Also, braiding techniques was also discovered. It was used during the glacier period for some cultures. Then we move up into the timeline to our Egyptian period. Our Egyptians was the first to cultivate beauty. They have found evidence in tombstones of different relics such as combs, brushes, and mirrors, and cosmetic scissors, even razors. Okay. Also, they were the ones to actually bring in using coloring agents such as using from berries, barks, minerals, and other natural materials they was using their hair, also on their skin as well as on their nails. Also, remember warriors used to wear hair coloring from eye paint. And henna was discovered as far back as 1500 BC. And that's a natural hair coloring agent. Then we had the Roman period. The Roman period was credited for actually creating the camaraderie that we know of in the shops today, where different barber establishments that had bathhouses and places to hang out was also believed that's where they would have different gossip going on. So during the Roman period, they would actually a couple of things that happened. In ancient Rome, the color of a woman's hair indicated her class and rank. Noble women had red hair, middle class had blonde hair, and poor women had dyed their hair black. Also, later in that century, religion, occupation, and politics was also influenced as well. And clergymen during this period, leading into the Middle Ages, were distinguished by a distinctive patch on their head, on the crown of their head, and it was actually called tonsure. So then we come to the Middle Ages. The Middle Ages was actually the rise of the barber pole. And this one, barbers were also known as barber surgeons. They used to do minor surgeries, also administer herbs, also did some dentistry. And the biggest one was bloodletting. Bloodletting was a method they believed that would actually remove any of the bad blood out of a patient that may have got sick or was on their dying bed. They would actually give a client a pole or a staff or stick to hold on to, which would help their veins pop up. And then they would actually cut the veins to allow the bad blood to drain out. And they would catch it into what they call a basal bowl to catch the blood. And so to stop the bleeding, they would wrap bandages around a client. And then once the bleeding has stopped, they will then take those same blood-soaked rags, wash them, wash out the basin, then they would hang it outside of the barbershop on the same pole they would have the client hold on to. And history has it that when the wind used to blow, the bandages will wrap around these poles, and then when they dry, when they removed it, it used to leave a red stain behind. And that was where theory has it, where the barber pole was discovered, which originally was red and white. And we had a second barber pole that was blue and white, that you just cut hair only. And red and white meant that you actually did barber surgery. And then over time, history has it that we incorporated the red, white, and blue. The red for the blood, blue for the vein, whites for the bandages, to symbolize our past history into barber surgery. And some believe also here in the United States we did it to be patriotic. Then we have the more modern time. So by the 19th century, barbering had completely separated from religion and medicine, and we emerged to our own independent profession. And in the late 1800s, the profession actually started developing structure as well. They started forming different organizations and groups to kind of oversee the practice of barbering, with the hopes of uplifting the profession and help regulating the profession. And during this particular era was also the growth of different organizations and establishments to help set standards for the barbering profession that we still practice today. And in 1893, A.B. Moeller established the first barber school in Chicago, Illinois. The same year, he published the very first barbering textbook, which was called the Moeller Manual of Barbering. And in 1897, Minnesota was the first state to pass a barber licensing law. And eventually, other states followed as well. And then by 1929, the National Association of State Board of Barber Examiners was organized in St. Paul, Minnesota. And the purpose of this board, of all our boards, was to standardize the qualifications for barber examination applicants, and also the methods of evaluation that would be used as well. So in 1929, here in North Carolina, we established our barber board as well. So this is a little bit about barber history. You want to refer back to Miladi's Chapter 2 for the history of barbering for a lot more rich and wonderful history facts. And good luck.